Last Q4 in a 30-day period, my Amazon business made over $80,000 in profit, but I still made some mistakes and saw a bunch of other people make mistakes that I don't want you to have to make. So in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down common Q4 mistakes to avoid. Also wanna let you guys know all throughout Q4, I'm gonna be hosting free live trainings. The next one is this Wednesday at 7 p.m. so you can get registered for that at the link in the description. Let's get right into the video. All right, this stuff is super important. I totally know what I'm talking about Q4 wise, and I know how Q4 can completely change people's lives, and I want that for you, right? Especially if you're very ambitious, you're really looking to grow your sales. It's when times get really easy, so you want to make sure you're fully prepared as much as possible. Don't be nervous. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be live streaming daily the whole rest of the year, pretty much every day, so I'm going to be around for that. Turn on post notifications, but December 2021 was my first time making $50,000 profit in a month. Did that on about 305K in revenue. And then December 22, made a bunch of mistakes, but was significantly more prepared and more experienced and was able to make $80,000 profit. And it was about 470K of revenue for that month in December right there. Okay. Number one, most important thing, you need to understand the timeline. So October, nothing much really changes, right? Sure, there's going to be products for Halloween and stuff. I don't really think it makes sense to focus on those. I would just focus on the normal stuff you already have going on right there. November is when it starts to get fun, right? November is when demand starts to pick up. Black Friday happens. Black Friday is really the kickoff, like the absolute fireworks in terms of Q4. So Black Friday, we'd see this year, assuming this calendar is accurate, whatever, it's 25th right there. So it's right at the end of November. Black Friday is when you start to buy heavy on stuff. Those are the cheapest buy costs of the entire year. I'm going to talk more on the timeline a little bit later right here. But Black Friday is where you buy stuff incredibly cheap. I wouldn't FBA any products after December 1st because you don't want to take on unnecessary risk and hope that products check into FBA when they completely might not. Therefore, you don't want to be worrying about stuff checking in when you could legitimately just be selling it through same day FBM. I'm going to talk about more about FBM later because you need to be prepared to FBM stuff. You say you don't have time to FBM. I say you don't have time not to FBM based on the goals a lot of you guys have for me in the private conversations you guys have with me, questions on live streams, etc. Right there. Therefore, the big time is Black Friday. It's when you can buy stuff cheaper than you ever can. Now, a lot of Black Friday sales continue throughout December right there. So basically the peak is between December 5th and December 15th in terms of the best days in the entire year. But the big thing timeline wise is nothing really changes until mid-November. Black Friday is when the fireworks kick off. The best time to buy products is between Black Friday and early December. The best time to sell products is right in mid-December between like the 5th and the 20th right there. My biggest day of all time is like 43K rev is on December 10th of last year. Okay, speculation. Now, big mistake I made was speculating on products. Do not buy stuff now hoping that it goes up in price unless you have a ton of liquid cash and a ton of experience. I've gotten burned by this in the past. The reasoning this happened was because I wasn't understanding the timeline and I was buying stuff in November that was moderately profitable, but not where I wanted to be and hoping that it went up in December based on past performance. And then what do you know? People paid cheaper for those same products Black Friday because those are the cheapest buy costs the entire year and we're able to dominate me on those products. So do not buy stuff and hope that it goes up. Just want to make that really nice and quick. It's super important. Don't do it. I get tons of questions. Oh, what should I be buying for Q4 right now? When's the time to start buying for December? The time to start buying for December is during Black Friday. Those are the cheapest buy costs of the entire year. All the other times you should just be buying inventory that's profitable today, not speculating, not exposing yourself to unnecessary risk. Number 3, organization. I could be a lot better organized in past years, and I'm going to be very organized this year. All of you guys should be incredibly well organized as well. The best way to do this is using the Google Sheets feature within SellerAmp. So the way Google Sheets in SellerAmp works is, all you guys should be using SellerAmp. You can scroll down on selleramp.com. You can configure your Google Sheets. The ones I'd recommend having, and you can just one-click export it from SellerAmp basically, is definitely back to school, almost good, Q4 leads, out of stock, just a couple of those, because all the time as you guys are doing product research the next couple months, you're going to come across products that absolutely went to the moon last year. Therefore, you want to have those products cataloged, not to buy right now, but to be prepared to look at during Black Friday and during December to see if similar products are performing like that. And the best way to do that is SellerAmp Google Sheets where you can one-click export. Okay, not going deep enough. And this is partially just a byproduct of experience. Over time, you'll be able to go deeper. Your data is the most important, right? You're going to know when it's time to buy heavy because you'll have sold a bunch of that product, right? right now you should be doing normal test orders, a couple units here, a couple units there, 10 units, 15 units if it's a little bit cheaper. And then over time, you're going to buy heavier once you have data that that product sold really well, right? The time to buy a lot of a product is when it's already sold out faster than you expect it to on the test order, right? FBM lets you learn quicker, replenish quicker, reduce risk, and make money quicker. And it's going to be really helpful to be able to go deeper on products once you're in a nice rhythm with FBM, because you'll be getting feedback a lot quicker. You might be able to order a product today, it gets here in 3 days, you sell it within a day or two of it arriving, and then you learn a lot quicker too, because you didn't have to take the time of 2 to 3 weeks for that product to come in and get listed FBA. Okay, lack of systems plus help, focus on the big problem. So this was a personal problem for myself because I didn't expect to do 8,000 plus FBM orders last summer, ended up doing it. It was a complete pain. It was worth it for the money. The way I see it is I can spend a lot of time working now, or I can spend a lot of time working later over the next couple of decades, which I would much rather do today because of compound interest, investments, everything like that. But lack of systems and help and having help definitely did screw me. I do think a lot of you guys should focus on the big problems, the revenue generating problems, sourcing, networking, stuff like that. But it doesn't hurt, especially if you like that sort of thing, to get nice and organized right now. But it's definitely an issue you can run into at scale, but it's a good problem to have to need that kind of stuff. Okay, repricing. So I think a lot of people reprice far too slowly, right? They're not in there as much as they should be. During Q4, I'm in my repricer all the time, raising prices as stuff selling well, changing the modes around with BQL. If you want a free trial of the repricer that I use, I'm going to leave a link to my BQL tutorial as well as an affiliate link in the description if you do want to support your boy with that. But I'd recommend using the BQL AI, which is the $100 a month one. Although if you're newer, just start with the $25 a month one. Once you have like 10 plus ASINs, it makes sense to start using a repricer. And you should be focused on this a lot because there's significantly higher upside to raising your prices on stuff as your stock counts grow. And that if you have 200 units of something and you're able to raise that price and keep the buy box even $1.25, that's a couple $100 extra profit in your pocket. Or you need to be playing with lowering your price potentially to see where you can keep the buy box. So Q4 is going to be a chess match with repricing and raising price, trying to keep the buy box, and going, as high as you can, keeping it and stuff, and literally changing it throughout the day. Like I have a famous reprice where I dragged the buy box up 30% and kept selling something throughout the day because I was like really, really nervous about trying to fulfill 500 FBM orders for the next day. As we finish up here, the big thing is just be flexible, expect the unexpected. Be ready to do a random retail arbitrage binge. Be connected so you're in the know on good opportunities. So you have a friend group. That's why you guys need to be active on Twitter or Discord or Instagram and these communities where other Amazon sellers are, because that's how you're going to get notified of different stuff that's going on. Okay, Q4 must do. So I would highly recommend being in 0-day handling time your first couple weeks doing FBM. This is done in your shipping settings, basically on Seller Central. You're not going to be in 0-day handling time forever. It is going to be a little bit of a pain to have to ship stuff out that quick. Occasionally, if you ship an order out later, 1 or 2, that's completely fine right there. But you want to be in 0-day handling time at least to start churning in the buy box algorithm. Then feel free to go to 1 or 2-day handling time. And then in December, you're not going to need to be in 0-day handling time at all because stuff sells so quick. Right there, dialed in repricing, already went over that. I'd recommend charging free for standard orders and then $15 plus $1 per pound for expedited and 2-day or something along those lines. You just want to be charging a lot to justify the extra effort, but do free shipping for FBM for standard orders. Scale is achieved through selling lots of the same sort of item with standardized packaging. Like I said, you'll have data on what products perform best for you. That's what you should be going deep on once you've already sold stuff. And you can achieve a lot of scale if you can get a lot of depth within certain types of products. So you can standardize the packaging. It's way easier to ship a bunch of stuff out and everything like that. And then be using UPS and USPS pickups scheduled via pirateship.com for UPS. And USPS is going to be through the USPS website. It's $4 on pirate ship. I think that's standardized. It might be dependent on area. And then USPS pickups are free right there. Occasionally, you're also going to buy shipping via pirate ship because the shipping is going to be like an egregious amount on Amazon, which should be occasionally. You have your shipping template set up. It's going to happen very rarely right there. But those are Q4 mistakes I made, stuff I want you to avoid. These are things you want to do for FBM shipping. If you guys got questions, please let me know. I'm around to help. It's my mission to help as many of you guys as possible crush past your Q4 goals. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in the next one.